Okay, we're live, everybody. This is Brad Tassell. Welcome to the virtual comedy show. Tonight, we're going to answer the age-old question. Is it worse to fail at something or never attempt it in the first place? I'm not even going to try to explain that. Okay, let's fail at the show. Let's do it.
In a cabin, going crazy, cause a flu that's worse than swine swept the planet, so damn it, here we are in quarantine.
Hello, and welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. Here are some etiquette guidelines for Virtual Comedy Show. Please arrive 15 minutes early. Please be quiet, except for laughing. We've been a Zoom meeting civilization for more than a year. Come on, you know the drill. Just be polite. We would like to see your face as part of the audience. Let's be social, not just distant. So get comfortable, plan to laugh, but not heckle, and let's make our semi-quarantined world a bit more normal for a little while. Thanks, and enjoy the Virtual Comedy Show.
Hey everyone, it's time for the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Brad Tassell and Steve Goodie. Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome their very special guest,
Tom Clark, we hope.
live from their respective vaccinated homes. And now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
Live and pre-recorded.
So let's start with this. New subpoenas are headed out for Trump loyalist traitors like creepy Norman Bates clone Stephen Miller, and what one of the Olsen twins would have ended up being if they were evil, Kayleigh McEnany. Is that how you say her name? By the way, they're expected to fight testifying under oath. And Trump lost his appeal to a federal judge to withhold hundreds of pages of documents from his time in office from the hands of the committee. They all say they are totally innocent of any wrongdoing. And of course, the best way to prove that is hide all the evidence that will clear you. Miller and McEnany said they would testify, but when they take the oath, that Bible really burns their hands so much. Okay, joke number 2. A metal trash barrier from Myrtle Beach washed up into the ocean and was found by beachgoers in Ireland recently.
Oh my goodness.
The city's sanitation department said the barrel was getting into the sea and it was a mistake because it slipped into the 20 dumpsters of plastic bottles they were putting into the ocean. 20. That was wordy. Okay. Hey, this is the most fun part when I do that. All right. Oh, next. Did you see this tragedy? Rapper Travis Scott, who has tweeted and preached how much he loves his shows being as intense as a WWE event and dangerous, and he loves when his fans pass out and get hurt, is today surprised and devastated that 8 people died from being trampled at his show. Next week, he will be blindsided that jalapeno peppers make your mouth feel spicy. Hey, at the COP26 Global Climate Crisis Conference, the largest countries in the world shared a grim future of the Earth, with temperatures rising by 2.4 degrees by 2030. The delegates said the most important thing they can do as some of the richest people in the world is to turn down the air conditioning where they're sitting and start secretly selling off their beach property. Because it's all about them. All right. President Biden's $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill passed the House and is on the way to the president's desk. 13 Republicans voted for the bill. And now the Nazi wing of the party, which is most of them, is discussing taking retaliation against the lawmakers who turned to the bright side of the force. Here are some of the things. I've got them. Here are some of the things the GOP insurrectionist congresspeople are going to do to Republicans who voted for the infrastructure bill. The first thing they're going to do is stop inviting them to their parties where they laugh at videos of immigrant families being separated. No more parties. They have pizza. The second thing, the GOP is going to retaliate against those who voted for the bill. Lauren Boebert will retaliate against the turncoat Republicans by taking away her husband's belt and giving him directions to the lawmakers' kids' schools. Because he's a child sexual predator. Yeah. And the third thing, Matt Gaetz is waiting in the car. All right. Next up, Pfizer, did you see? Pfizer announced that they have created an antiviral pill that slashes the risk of severe COVID by 90%. Joe Rogan said on his podcast, he doesn't trust the pill and will continue to use the real cure and keep drinking sloth semen. Yes, say that 5 times fast. Go ahead.
Sloth semen, sloth semen, sloth semen.
Okay, next. President Biden will meet with Chinese President, how do you say his name? Xi Jinping? Maybe. Will meet with the president of China as soon as next week to talk about across-the-board cooperation to get products moving again. Slow inflation that is raging in both of our countries, and to figure out what is slowing delivery of Hunter's new laptop. The one preloaded with Hillary's emails. That's the one. I could have told that joke better. That was a good joke. I could have told it better. McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczynski is apologizing after a leaked text message to Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot revealed him blaming the parents of 2 children, one 7 who was shot sitting with their father in a McDonald's parking lot, and one 13 who was killed by police, blaming the parents. The text stated he would never do what these horrible parents did, mainly taking their kids to McDonald's. Wow. One of my favorite stories of the week. A moose came on to the University of South Dakota campus and was caught on camera running around their football stadium. The campus did nothing about it, and the moose finally left after a squirrel flew in and helped him defuse a circular bomb. Moose and squirrel.
Yes, I got that.
Okay.
That was Rocky.
In other animal news, 8 camels and a llama. 8 camels and a llama escaped from a circus in Madrid and wandered the streets until police could round them up and return them to the circus. When asked how this happened, the camels said it was like the llama didn't have a plan at all. I don't know why I wrote that joke. President Biden spoke with the CEOs of FedEx, UPS, Target, and Walmart on Tuesday to work out ideas to help the nation's ports get the backlog of goods delivered, but not on shore, to relieve the crippling stall in the supply chain. Noticeably absent from meeting was Postmaster General Louis DeJoy, who already has his hands full trying to find landfill space for 1 billion Christmas cards. They're just going to throw them away. NASA says it can't put the first person of color or the first woman on the moon until 2025. And one of the reasons is because Jeff Bezos is suing NASA because he's butthurt that NASA awarded a contract to SpaceX instead of him. Plus, Bezos also says space is only for billionaires and elderly white people, not minorities. Bezos says he is fine with minorities on the moon by 2025, but if they get in his country club, that's war. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Okay. One more joke, and then we're going to do the show. Steve, I hope you're ready. Top 10. Hope it's a good one, because this didn't work out too well. Here we go. Nearly 1 million, let's applaud, nearly 1 million kids 5 to 11 will have their first COVID shots by today.
Yeah.
Hopefully a little more than that by the time you hear this. And by tomorrow, hundreds of anti-vax parents will make up a story about their friend telling them that someone else said that their kid had their arm fall off and their eye pop out. All right, folks, we're going to have a great show. Let's move it on. Steve, take over. We've got Patti. We've got Tom Clark. We've got so much going on. Thank you very much. Go.
Yeah, let's go right to the top 10. Here it comes.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
That's some good counting whoever's doing that is doing.
Kevin!
That was fantastic. Let's hear it for Brad before I go ahead with this top 10. Yay.
Better live. So
Watch
much
Brad.
better live.
You can watch Brad clap for himself. That was amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So time for top 10. Now we've got a lot of news stories in the news. That's where you put the news stories, in the news. So I've decided that my top 10 list is going to be all about Christmas songs. Yay. Hey, Ellen's here just in time for Christmas songs. This is great. Hi,
Hey,
Ellen.
Alan.
All right. So our I turned that on too soon. Our category tonight is top 10 least popular heavy metal versions of Christmas songs. So let's just jump right in, shall we? Because, Christmas songs, they're wonderful, but they all kind of start to meld together. They all sound the same. So I think heavy metal will help break them up a little bit to be a little bit more separate. So number 10. I played my best for him. Rub-a-bum-bum, rub-a-bum-bum, rub-a-bum-bum. Thank you. I'm exhausted already. I got 9 more. All right, number 9. Silent night, holy night, all is calm. Number 8. Said the night wind to the little lamb. Can you hear a damn thing? I can't hear a damn thing. The drummer won't stop drumming. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I carry on, we've got a long distance dedication for this next one. This is very exciting. A long distance dedication to Kyle in Kenosha. Okay, here we go. Long distance dedication. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. 7. Up on the rooftop, reindeer die, 'cause Santa brought me an AK-45. 47. Or AR-15. I don't know. This difference doesn't make 5 rhymes.
AR-15.
Thank you. That don't rhyme. All right, number 6. Oh, another long distance dedication. This is to Kyle's mom. Here we go. Number 6. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Let's carjack his sleigh. All right. Oh, believe it or not, another long distance dedication. This is to Kyle's lawyer. Here we go. Number 6. It's beginning to look a lot like Grand Theft Auto. Number 4. I want to rock and roll all night because my virgin wife got knocked up. Right. Number 3. Sleep with one eye open. Someone's eating your cookies tonight. It's Christmas time. He's got a red nose for a headlight. I just realized I haven't spotlit myself. And who knows?
I just spotlit you.
Thanks, Brad.
Spotlit you.
Thanks for doing that, buddy. All right.
I just noticed.
I might have to do them all again. All right, here we go. Number 2. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I learned to play my electric guitar too good, so dreidel it'll be. That doesn't rhyme. Oh well.
Okay.
And the number 1 least popular heavy metal version of a Christmas song. Here we go. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. He's making a list. He's checking it twice and he's gonna find out that you're in trouble. He's been watching and you've been naughty, and he's been naughty too because he's been watching. And hey, he's coming to town and he'll track you down. Thank you very much.
I totally forgot what that list was about, but that was great.
Where are the flames? Where are the flames?
I'll tell you what that list was about. It was about 20 minutes.
It was about 30 minutes long.
Holy cow, that was a lot of list. All right, it is time. Oh, it's very exciting now. Since to take a break from all of that nonsense, it's time for our musical guest. So let's do our musical guest intro thing.
It's our musical guest, Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest, It's time for our musical guest.
It's Carla Ulbrich. Hi, Carla.
Lovely.
So glad you could join us.
Thank you.
No, thank you. And you know the drill, everybody. Carla will do a funny song. I have no idea what it'll be. And then after she does that, I got to do something that has some relevance to what she did. And then she'll do another one. So take it away, Carla.
All right. I can't remember what my password is. Dude, I can't even remember what breakfast was. All I know is that this feeling isn't new. Now what was I about to do? I just haven't got a clue. I've forgotten more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I've forgotten more today than yesterday, but darling, what was I saying? I forgot. Maybe it's dementia, that's what people say. Except this problem started back in 2nd grade. I'll thank you for not pointing out that my mind tends to wander. And if things do not improve, at least I've still got deja vu.
Open again.
I've forgotten more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I've forgotten more today than yesterday, but something tomorrow. Every joke's a new joke, 'cause I forgot the punchline. I see every movie 3 times, 'cause I can't remember titles. Every face is a new face. Man, that really is awkward.
Yay!
Yay!
Awkward ending.
Love it.
Wait, Steve, you didn't add.
Excellent.
What, Brad?
Steve, I tried to add you. What happened?
I've just added myself. I'm there added.
Oh.
Everything's fine. Okay, I got to
Well,
do
no,
something
I don't
to
have you
do with.
both.
Does everybody else have us both?
Yep.
Okay, so
Good.
I'll just assume everything's fine.
Okay.
That was a wonderful song, and I don't have any songs that have anything to do with not being able to remember stuff. Well, if I do, I can't remember them. So, but that song did mention yesterday and today and tomorrow a whole bunch. So I'm going to do a song that is apropos to what we just went through, as we do twice a year, daylight savings time changing, which I think is the stupidest thing humanity has come up with as a group ever. I mean, I like when it's daylight savings time. Can we just stay there? But no, twice a year we have to switch back and forth. So twice a year for 3 weeks, I have no idea what time it is. And the young people say, well, just look at your phone. Your phone changes automatically. Yeah, well, my stove does not. Don't have the stove. So twice a year for 3 weeks, it's a different time zone in every room in my house. It's frustrating, especially in the springtime, because we spring forward. So I think it's 4 o'clock. Well, no, now it's 5 o'clock. So I'm late for everything. So here's a song I wrote 25 years ago for my boss at Dairy Queen. It's daylight savings time, that time of year when I'm chronically late for work. which annoys that stupid jerk. My manager, I mean, down at the Dairy Queen. Oh, how he does berate me when I come in late. He likes to yell and scream, "There's no I in team. I need punctual employees to make stupid frozen treats. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'll go work the register." But he says, "You're late, so you go clean the ladies' room." So I'm scrubbing toilets now, cursing because somehow this 23-hour day got longer anyway. What bonehead thought of this, arbitrarily changing what time it is? It's only payback, y'all, for the extra hour last fall. It will not save you time, won't get you more sunshine, just makes us earlier from getting up earlier. So if you're at DQ, waiting in the drive-thru, don't expect a faster crew to effing wait on you.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Thanks. I think Carla helped me write that. Is that right, Carla? I can't remember.
Face.
25 years ago?
Yeah.
Actor with that
I don't think I knew you 25 years ago.
That part I made up. I made the whole thing up, really. I never worked at Dairy Queen. You're taking this a little too literally. All right, let's go back to Carla. Yay, Carla Ulbrich. Yay.
Okay, that song needs to be faster and have more key changes.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've removed myself, and then Brad removed me, and then I'm okay. Now I'm gone.
And there's more hyperbole as well. I've noticed that the deterioration of the English language, one of the big things that's happening is that people give these ridiculous adjectives for everything. We were at a baseball game, the Mets game, and someone ran out on the field, and the security came and tackled him. And the next day, the newspaper says, "Security obliterates Mets fan." Joe and I were like, really? They reduced him to subatomic particles?
That is what happened.
No one simply says "good job" anymore. Everything is perfect and awesome. Seriously, would people even recognize now perfect things if they saw some? So my brownies came out pretty good this time. I appreciate all of the praise, y'all. Delicious, tasty, yummy, okay. But really, they aren't amazeballs. Word inflation. Words are meaningless. Word inflation. It's a hot, hot mess. A trend that cannot be reversed. Everything is either the best or the worst. I can't stand it. Word inflation. It's like the totally worst thing to ever happen on this planet. He obliterated the argument. No, he simply raised an objection. Then he went on a deranged rant. It's called having a vocal inflection. I get when you want to make a point. Why do we need all the hype, though? Oh man, what an epic fail. Dude, it was just a typo. Language is eroding. Word inflation. It's literally exploding when every little thing is breaking news. You got no choice, words left to choose. Where do you go? Word inflation. ROTFLMAO. I bet you aren't actually on the floor. And your butt is probably still attached. Oh. With the death of the superlative, we'll need wheelbarrows full of adjectives. No words left for future generations. They're gonna have to use scientific notation. It'll be a disaster to the 100th power. Word inflation. It caused the fall of Rome. Word inflation. Oh, verbal thunderdome. It's taking the world by storm. Hyperbole is now the norm, and it's a crime. Word inflation. I've said it a million times. A million. At least. Word inflation.
Yay!
That was wonderful. Thank you, Carla. So good to have a real musical guest instead of all this nonsense I do. And hey, oh, right. Well, I guess. One more time for Carla.
Woo!
Yay!
Thank you.
And
for
now,
Hard to be the guest and the host though at the same time.
I know. Well, I think Johnny Carson invented the guest host, so I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Hey, look at this. It's our headliner, Tom Clark. He's about to do some funny stuff for us. And before he does that, let's say bye to Carla, and we're going to run the headliner opening music. Here we go, Tom. You're going to be ready in about 10 seconds.
It's time for our big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Thursday. Yeah.
It's Tom!
It's Tom! Hey!
Thank you guys so much. I didn't know we were still doing Zoom. So I had no equipment ready and moved downstairs now. Good to be here. I'm doing good. Making it through the pandemic. I have a wife and she is great. She is a rescue. Love her very much. She still gets spooked by loud noises, but she's great. She grew up here. I'm in Los Angeles right now, so she grew up out here. I grew up in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee. You guys are like, oh, that's what they look like. All right. Yeah. I look like Biff from Back to the Future. No, but so she'd never been to Wisconsin. So before we got married, I took her out there and we were driving. We almost hit a deer. And I was like, oh my God, that would have been terrible to hit that deer. You would have come through the windshield. And she said, oh, why do they bite? I'm like, yeah, that's the number one concern is once they get inside, they start rifling through your pockets, take your wallet, head out into the woods. Yeah. I think the problem is she's younger than me. She's 10 years. Are you back there? Oh, she's heckling me from our fake wall here.
Oh.
The fake wall, is that what's something? She's younger than me, so she doesn't get certain references. Like we're listening to that song Brick House. You guys know that song, right? She's a brick house, right? And there's a lyric of this song where it goes 36, 24, 36, referring to the woman's measurement. But my wife, she says, oh, why does he like those H's so much? Like, yeah, that's what he was going for. He's like a 36-year-old, a 24-year-old, and just to reiterate, a 36-year-old. And never a 39-year-old. You didn't know this? We were driving, we saw two Amish people walking along the side of the road. My wife says, oh, look at those pilgrims. So let's see. We are one thing being out of the pandemic now. I'm trying to have more fun. I think that's something as we get out of the house, have fun, and you can have fun anywhere. Like I like to do this. Next time you're at a coffee shop, you see somebody working on their laptop. Set your laptop right across from them and go. Be simple. Hit or miss. Hit or miss. Or I like to do this. If I see somebody log into their Facebook page, I like to get their name, take a picture of the back of their head, make that my profile picture, and then send them a friend request. Out of them. Like, hey, we're gonna be buddies. Yeah. I like to argue with people on Facebook. You ever argue with people? That is the best, you know. But I like to do this. I like to get like 50 comments going back and forth, and then delete all my comments. Right? So they just look like a crazy person arguing with themselves. I was at this coffee shop today and I'm standing in line. You ever standing in line somewhere someone stands really close behind you, you know? You feel their hot, creepy breath against your neck.
Ew.
If you want to cuddle, what are you doing? So here's what I like to do when that happens, right? I'll just lean back and whisper in their ear, time lasts forever. Yeah, that usually works. Yeah. Except for today, the guy leaned forward. So do I. Well, uncomfortable. Probably whispering. Whispering on Zoom isn't good. I should have got rid. Let's see. Any gangs here in the Zoom? Are there any gang members watching? Raise your hand. Be careful of the gangs, folks. I don't know. I don't care where you live. I don't know if you know this. If you're driving at night, you see someone driving with their headlights off. Do not flash them with your headlights. It's some sort of gang initiation, right? They'll go after you. But if I'm driving at night, I see someone with their headlights off. You know, I shoot them. Safety first. Safety first. Oh my gosh. Am I going crazy or is that a cuckoo clock?
That's what I thought.
All right. This is always the hardest thing when you get heckled and somebody's in their living room. Just hide on the couch, disappear for a few minutes. Let's see. My wife always worries about getting murdered. Probably shouldn't pause there. No, because she watches all those murder shows like Forensic Files and Dateline, right? So now I feel like I gotta watch these shows just to stay one step ahead of her, right? She's jotting down notes. Oh, arsenic is untraceable. There was one lady, she killed 2 of her husbands by putting arsenic in their Jello. And first of all, if you're getting Jello for dessert, you're already dead. All today. Let's see. I think marriage is important. I think the big thing I've learned in marriage is communication. Communication is the #1 thing because I have a joke about it. And I'll tell you, the first girl I dated, we did not communicate. Let me tell you what happened. 6 months into the relationship, I find out she only speaks Spanish. At first, I thought she was just talking really fast. And I got one of these Dear Juan letters, and it was kind of for the 2 of us. So I started dating a girl I work with, and then a buddy of mine said you shouldn't date people you work with. So I got her fired. That seemed to upset her quite a bit. So I did a little research. I read this in the latest issue of Jugs that women love a guy with a foreign accent. So one of the ladies out there, what's your favorite foreign accent? You can hit any guy in the whole world. Any lady.
British.
A little arrivederci, huh? That's Italian, I know, but I also don't think that was a woman who said that. But I do. Marriage, I think the big thing with marriage is surprises. Keep the surprises coming and really surprise your wife. Here's something fun you can do. Next time you lean in for a kiss, headbutt them.
No.
Yeah, women love surprises. Caliente, as they say in British. I'll do the pickup lines. You ever do the pickup lines back in the day? Nobody did the pickup lines.
Yeah, sure we did. Yeah, we all did.
That's why we're all sheltered in place. We'll just be watching comedy on our computer. No, you gotta do the pickup line. I gotta have something good, right? Something classy, right? Like, excuse me, did you just fart? Because you really blew me away. I had one show I asked the audience, I said, anyone have a good pickup line? The guy shouted out, get in the truck. And I did. Thank you guys very much. My name is Tom Clark.
Wow. Yay for Tom Clark, everybody. I'm adding myself. Yay. That was wonderful. Thank you, Tom, for joining us on Zoom. Sorry we didn't make it clear that it was going to be Zoom. I guess maybe you thought we were all going to come to your house.
No, I knew it was Zoom. I just haven't done Zoom in like a year and a half.
That was really great. You seemed very comfortable with the whole Zoom thing. Plus funny. So we like that. That's good.
Thank you for having me.
All righty. Well, I think maybe it's time. I can't remember what the thing is next on our list. Let me look at our list of what we do next. Oh, this is great. It's time for our Patti melt. So I'm going to do the Patti melt introductory thing. And then Brad will make Tom go away and make Patti appear, I hope. And if he doesn't, then I'll do it.
It's time for a Patti melt with Patti Vasquez, From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses says, she's melting down, it's a Patti Vasquez, Patti melt.
Yay, it's Patti.
I was totally hoping I would be able to get to the side of the road. Okay, so here's what happened. First, I'm pulling over to the shoulder because I'm not going to drive. I don't need there to be evidence out there. Here's the thing. I was all ready to, okay, I did an event. As you guys know, if I'm in my car, it means I had to do another event. And this time I was hosting a political event. And maybe I introduced the mayor of Chicago at that event. And fine, whatever. But I was, first of all, there were protesters there outside of the event. And I was leaving. I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to go through all these protesters. They left. Why would you leave? They got there after we all got there, and they left before we left. So how do we even know that you were protesting unless we're on Facebook watching it the whole time anyway? But I leave. Okay, first of all, and those of you who know me, and Tom's one of those people, Tom Clark and I have been doing comedy together for over 25 years. I am somewhat known for not perhaps being an early bird at events, but I got to this event an hour and a half early, and I got a great parking spot. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna race home while we're finishing the show. I'll be in my basement by the time it's my turn. You know what? I'm gonna get late to events from now on. Somebody parked right behind me and blocked me in this lot. Have you ever? What? Look, I've thought about it. I've seen a spot and been like, I'll probably leave before this person. I'll just, park there. But you know what I think? What if they have to leave and they have a comedy show? So I was sitting there for the last 40 minutes and I thought, you know what? I still have time. Palms up. I'm going to race down the Kennedy. Literally, I'm on the Kennedy. Hold on a second. There's traffic. Wait, boom. There you go. All right. So I'm racing through and then Tom wraps it up and says, it's time. I'm like, well, I guess I have to be on the shoulder. I'm right by the Belmont exit. If anyone needs anything from Kohl's, let me know. I can go back and get you something for Christmas. But I just have to say that I love doing events. I love being back in big spaces, but I'm so glad that you guys still come with us for this virtual comedy every single week. I love doing this. And I'm so thrilled that one of my friends that I've known for so long, Tom Clark, and I started out in the 90s, everybody, in the 90s. And it's always fun. And Brad and I actually have known each other for a long time. So the fact that you guys are here every single week makes it worth risking my life at an event that the mayor was at. That's all I'm saying. Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
Patti.
Thank
And
you.
we appreciate you risking your life with traffic whizzing by 4 inches from your car. Oh my God. Get going. That is not safe what you're doing.
No, I'm way over in the shoulder. Wait, let me turn my hazards on. I probably should have done that earlier.
Maybe so, yeah. Would have been safe if you just kept driving.
No, now while I'm talking. I have like this cool little, I have a stand for my phone now. So it's actually, I'm not even holding it. So.
Okay. Hi, Brad. Are you going to say something? You have to unmute yourself if you're going to speak. Brad's new to Zoom. You got to be patient.
Yeah, sorry. Well, no. I'm in my room now. I'm in the hotel room. So Patti, yeah, she acts like the 90s is a long. How about the 80s? Back when 5 years before Patti was still in high school, and I was knocking it out at the womb, trying to pave the way for her
in the 1880s. That's right.
1880s. To do stand up, there was just one. There was no electricity back then. It was just a guy holding a candle up to your face.
Somebody drawing very, very quickly. They can make
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Which is why I'm going to talk now about this, everybody.
Okay. Brad will now talk.
Tom Clark hasn't been on Zoom a long time. So if you give us money, we can give it to Tom Clark. He can get on Zoom again and do more comedy. So and Patti can maybe buy a car where she doesn't have to be blocked in by somebody. And she can, and if you give us enough money, we can all get something from Kohl's. It would be really nice. Be really nice. So,
how do we give us money?
How do you give us money? You know what? I still can't figure that out. Go to virtualcomedyshow.com and click donate to the comedians. I think that's what it is. And Ellen just mentioned that we met in the 80s for the first time in Savannah at the comedy. What was that place called?
Chuckle Hut. The Ha Ha House.
Comedy House. I think
that's what I said.
Comedy House. And back in the 80s. So we were both children back then, and now we're old. And I just did a show at a winery. Matter of fact, we're all doing our shows out. I just did a show at a winery, and it was every kind of group. It was middle-aged white people and the middle-aged white people with middle-aged white people. It was very diverse, such a diverse group. People said, wow, you had such a good show. I said, gee, how did I have a good show for middle-aged white people? That's just amazing. So yes, please go to virtualcomedyshow.com and donate money. And what I'll do with that money, my part of it, is I'll hire someone to write the jokes in the beginning of the show when I'm rushed. Like I did.
I love the camel llama thing.
You know what, Steve? You love the camel llama joke.
I really did.
I've told it to 7 people, and they're all like, "No, that's not a good joke at all."
It's a very good joke.
It was
wrong.
my favorite joke of the week. Was the llama? The llama saying, "No, the camel's saying." It's like the llama didn't have a plan at all.
Yeah.
So I know. So okay. Well, Steve, what are we doing?
We're going to show a little video that Brad and I just finished from our Christmas Carol album. And it's 'Tis the Season, because Thanksgiving's only a couple weeks away. So the Christmas season has been happening for at least 2 months now. So here, the world's only Jewish reindeer song.
And now the world's only Jewish reindeer song.
That's what I said.
So you think you've heard them all. Every Christmas song. Every Yuletide carol that has ever come along. That's not quite true. We present one more to you. Mendel the reindeer reported for work on the 24th night of December. Mendel had come all the way from New York, clutching an overnight letter saying Dasher was sick and a desperate Saint Nick needed somebody healthy instead. But Santa didn't hire Mendel, he took a reindeer named Fred.
Mendel, 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 Mendel.
Mendel, 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 Mendel. What do you know about Christmas anyway?
What do you know?
Oy vey. Mendel said, Santa Claus, why'd you reject me so blatantly, anti-Semitically? But Santa said,
Mendel, that's simply not true. Just look around here, we're all Jewish too. You know Herschel and Harry and Larry and Tevye.
Lenny and Izzy and Yanko and Edna.
Jewish reindeer, one and all, each one of them is.
They just changed their Hebrew names
to make it in showbiz.
Even Rudolph?
Well, he's Hindu.
Mendela, Mendela, won't you please believe?
Who else would want to work for me every Christmas Eve?
Mendel, Mendel, would you be mollified if I said you're overqualified? Maybe you'd be better suited for a desk job.
What do you say?
Okay. Mendel the reindeer reported for work on the 26th day of December. Sorting complaints from the bad boys and girls who got socks instead of Nintendo. And Dasher got well and Fred went back to Jersey to his job at the agnostic petting zoo.
I don't know what that means.
So what do we know about Christmas anyway? It's Jews pulling the sleigh, except for Rudolph.
He's from Bombay.
And oh, by the way, the Easter Bunny's
got an alternate lifestyle.
Wasn't that just so sweet?
Wasn't that darling, everybody?
That was very nice.
That was just beautiful, wasn't it? So, by the way, Steve, I want to talk about that for a second. So, Steve and I right now are putting together an entire show, Christmas Carol, Christmas Meets Hanukkah, and it really is fun. We're having a great time putting it together, and we will be doing some shows. So please keep an eye out for being able to come to see our new show. New jokes. Steve, do you have any of those jokes? I sent you those jokes.
Yeah, wait a minute. They're right over here. Hold on. Because definitely
I can't
worth
remember.
doing.
I can't remember any of them. So
These are so terrible. I think everybody's going to enjoy these. These are not as good as the llama one, but these are what we have.
Oh no.
How many potatoes does it take to make a potato pancake?
How many?
A latka. Let's do a Christmas one. What's Santa's?
Didn't know that one.
What is Santa's primary language? North Polish. Man, why are we doing this? They might have come to the show if we hadn't done that.
Thank you. More jokes, more everything.
Yeah.
Well,
We came for the bad Halloween jokes.
You got your worst joke ready, Brad?
I got the worst joke ready.
Okay, hang on. We gotta do this first.
Worst
Oh,
joke.
no.
Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke.
Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
That's my favorite thing.
By the way, the worst joke is the battle for the bottom after this week. I heard all my jokes and I'm sad for myself. Here we go. The worst joke of the week. Judge Bruce Schroeder, who is known as Kenosha's David Duke, by the way, chastised the prosecution, their cross-examination of Kyle Rittenhouse because it made him look guilty. I know. So as Rittenhouse sobbed on the stand, if you saw that little sociopathic parade he was putting on, he sobbed in the stand that he had to shoot the men confronting him. People with sense pointed out that every 17-year-old not with a gun in Kenosha didn't have to shoot anybody. Okay, we'll see you later. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a very merry Thursday. It's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose.
You know, we tried to incorporate all the wonderful family traditions that people associate with Thursday.
Thursday comes but once a week, but do not shed a tear, 'cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year, and every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the revelry. Have a very merry Thursday. Put on your orange fez and decorate the Thursday tree with milk, bone, spam, and pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday.
My Facebook.